So Samsung's Galaxy S21 FE is Samsung's latest fan edition smartphone that offers a lot of high-end flagship features for a lower price than its flagship counterparts. In this video, we are going to take a closer look at what Samsung is offering in the long-awaited S21 FE and find out if it's right for you. Let's get started. Starting with price. At the time of this video, the Galaxy S21 FE, which comes in this gray color here, in addition to white, olive, and lavender, with 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage, comes in at $700. But regardless of when you're watching this video, Samsung will more likely than not be offering some sort of discount, trade-in incentive, or some freebies like a pair of Galaxy Buds Live, Buds Pro, or a $100 e-certificate at the time of this video. So I'll leave a link down in the description if you want to check out Samsung's latest deals. In exchange for that price, you are getting a 6.4-inch 1080p AMOLED display with a 120Hz refresh rate and 240Hz touch sampling rate for very responsive and smooth scrolling and navigating, a 4500 mAh battery to sufficiently power that display, an updated design to match the rest of Samsung's current smartphones, a dual speaker setup for great audio while watching YouTube or listening to music, a certified water resistance rating so you don't have to worry about getting caught in the rain or just getting your phone wet in general, a plastic back and aluminum frame which makes for a very durable combo, and a surprisingly light weight, as it is the third lightest out of 30 or so Samsung phones that I've previously reviewed on the channel. And contrary to many of those Samsung phones I've previously used, the S21 FE for me has been more enjoyable in general daily use thanks to that lighter weight and slightly smaller overall footprint with its 6.4-inch screen size. It is most comparable in these regards to Samsung's 2019 flagship Galaxy S10 Plus, and I appreciate that Samsung has brought back this size of phone, as I think it strikes a good balance between an enjoyable display size and portability. But what has actual day-to-day usage been like on the S21 FE? Before getting my hands on the S21 FE, I had been previously using the Galaxy S21 Ultra for the majority of 2021, and my day-to-day experience with the S21 FE honestly hasn't been all that much different. This isn't going to turn into a comparison video by any means, but I'm simply letting you know that in my personal experience, and most likely in the use case of the average viewer watching this video, you are getting a ton of features for a fraction of the cost of Samsung's cream of the crop smartphones. I came to a very similar conclusion last year when previously reviewing the Galaxy A52, which is more of a mid-range option from Samsung, but this S21 FE fills the gap in Samsung's smartphone lineup perfectly because you are getting some very nice upgrades over the A52 from a physical standpoint, and you are getting a similar user experience as you do from the S21 Ultra from a performance standpoint. The S21 FE's aluminum frame, Gorilla Glass Victus front, and plastic back makes for an all-around well-built smartphone that gives me confidence and peace of mind on a daily basis, which can't always be said for other Samsung phones. My A52's display got scratched up within the first couple weeks of usage, and while the glass back of a phone can definitely have a more premium feel to it, the thought of the back glass breaking from a bad drop is something I never have to worry about with the S21 FE. And worry-free is probably the best way to easily describe the overall experience with the S21 FE because it just works without any hiccups. Getting into the phone with the facial recognition is very responsive, or the fingerprint sensor on the always-on display works pretty well too. Once into the phone, you will immediately notice and appreciate the thin, rounded bezels and flat display design, meaning you will rarely have any accidental or unintended touches. Android 12 and One UI 4.0 initially has been a very smooth and streamlined software experience, and everything I've done on this phone, from web browsing to gaming to watching YouTube, has been very enjoyable, especially when you are able to take advantage of the whole screen. Gaming has been great on the S21 FE, regardless of playing handheld or with a controller. I've been able to comfortably play my usual lineup of games, whether that's in portrait or landscape orientation, and the 6.4-inch display size, 120Hz refresh rate, and 240Hz Hz touch sampling rate certainly makes this a sweet little setup for some mobile gaming if you're not interested in the larger and heavier phones on the market geared towards gamers. The S21 FE's 4500 mAh battery has been able to get me through each and every day so far over the past couple weeks. I usually average around 6 hours of screen on time on any given day, consisting of 2 hours of watching YouTube, 2 hours of gaming, and 2 hours of general phone stuff like texting, calling, emailing, and web browsing. And by the end of the day, I'm usually left with about 5 to 10% battery. Charging back up is pretty quick with a compatible 25-watt super fast charger, getting me up to around 52% in 30 minutes time, and a little over an hour to get back to a full charge. Moving to the back of the phone, we have a very simple triple lens camera setup featuring a standard, ultra-wide, and 3x telephoto lens. I have found these cameras to be very capable and ready for everyday pictures and videos, whether that's from the back or the front, as selfies look great too, and there's a wide-angle option to possibly fit someone or something else in the shot. Overall, I've personally been very happy with the results from this versatile setup, and I actually found myself using these cameras more than usual thanks to the lighter weight of the phone. It just makes it that much easier to pull the phone out at a moment's notice to capture something that I might not have captured otherwise, even if the phones I previously used were more spec'd out than the cameras found on this S21 FE. And since I didn't mention it at the beginning, I'll say it now, I absolutely love the super simple design and look of the S21 FE, and I think a lot of other people will like it too. There isn't a crazy big camera module going across the entire phone like some others we see on the market. All we have is a little bump in the upper corner that mends nicely with the back of the phone pretty well, and while I do miss the more vibrant colors like I had on my red S20 FE, I appreciate the simplicity going on here. And that can be said to summarize my entire experience I've had with the S21 FE. It is a simple phone that certainly gets the job done even for a heavier smartphone user like myself, but for some it may be too simple as it is lacking core features that some users might be looking out for, such as a micro SD card slot for additional storage or a headphone jack that we are able to find on the lower priced Galaxy A52 and other Samsung phones. We are also lacking a charger in the box and Type-C earbuds that Samsung used to include with every phone when I first began making phone reviews on YouTube, which is unfortunate to see with a phone that is labeled FE for Fan Edition. Phone enthusiasts like myself enjoy all these little extras, so it would honestly be nice for Samsung to potentially make future Fan Edition models with some extra bells and whistles for all the hardcore Samsung fans out there. But with all things considered, can I recommend the Galaxy S21 FE? Yes. I usually don't give outright recommendations in my videos, but this phone to me could be used and enjoyed by anyone simply looking for a good phone that will handle anything you throw at it on a daily basis. To me, it will probably be the easiest phone to recommend from Samsung in 2022. After you factor in Samsung's usual trade-in incentives and other freebies they normally throw in with their phones, I think a lot of people will be happy with everything they are getting here for the price. I will be continuing to use this phone well past the time of this video going live, so stay tuned for my long-term review, and I'll keep you informed of any deals going on in the description and first pinned comment below. Aside from that, let me know your thoughts on the Galaxy S21 FE in the comments below, and I hope to see you around for the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.